There's a version of you that never sleeps in, never skips training, never wastes time. There's a version of you who never fails. It is waiting for you. Genuinely ask yourself a question, you at home. If you had done those things for the last 2 years, you never skipped a training. You never wasted time. You never scrolled TikTok. You never sat aimlessly on the internet typing in garbage, never played video games. You never wasted time. You never skipped training. You were training every single day. You never slept in. You were never lazy. There's this version of you. Imagine the person you would be.
Imagine the person you could be. Imagine the person you could become. So with that being said, you know what it is, man. It's MK Podcast, episode number 3. And today we have a plethora of different topics. We're going to be talking about how your boy Devin Haney confronted Ryan Garcia. More like was a fan. We're going to give our early UFC 311 predictions. And we're going to react to a video of Bruce Lee motivation collage. And then I also want to do a little bit of research on water loading. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic over to Kane, let him introduce himself, and then we'll jump right into it. I got the content.
You already know what it is, man. We're back at a Surf Smoke game on the ground for them Hunger Hounds. You just got the pound and are ready for the next rounds. For that being said, make sure y'all grab y'all snacks, y'all drinks, y'all weed, whatever the hell the case may be. We finna jump right into this episode, man.
Yes, sir. You already know exactly what time it is, man. So without further ado, I just want to start this stream off by saying if you haven't hit the like button, use a bozo. And second of all, Tyus Jones is a bitch. So we're going to be reacting to your boy Devin Haney because him and Bill Haney, Little Bill, decided to be fans. And, you know, while they were in, I think it was London, they waited outside like paparazzi. Lady Gaga, I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Paparazzi looking ass. And they waited on Ryan to walk out and they acted tough. You know, I guarantee you Bill Haney just read a DJ Vlad comment section of his interview to get all beefed and souped up to feel like he was on some tough guy gangster 50-0 in the streets looking ass type shit. So without further ado, I'm going to play this and then I want to get Kane's reaction to the content.
Is this it? There you go, ducking. I see you, Lupe. I see you, Lupe. I see you, Lupe. Yeah, I know I see him trying to duck around there. Yeah. Came all out here for nothing, huh? You ducking it, huh? Lupe, you done ducked it, huh? Yeah, you done ducked it. Yeah, y'all done ducked it. Stay quiet.
Bro, this dude, there's gotta come a point in time where you let your son speak for himself. Like, I guarantee you, he probably said, "No, right, Dad, I don't feel like going over there just to fucking watch him walk out." But he's probably like, "No, fuck that shit, son. You this. You supposed to be this. You supposed to be that. We gotta show them that we gangster, man. We 50-0 in these fucking streets." And all this, that, and third. And I guarantee you the only reason why they were there talking shit is because Ryan is currently under a fucking lawsuit from Lil Bill and his son, Crybaby Haney. And they know that he can't say anything because whatever he says can and will be used against him in the fucking court. So it's just it's pussy shit, bro. That's all it is. Lil Bill, like, come on, bro. Like for real, like if we were like, bro, like if we were, I don't know, knew each other or connected with, I'd tell you to get your ass in the ring right now, and you still wouldn't do it, bro. Like you're a pussy. I'd even whoop your son. Like, come on, bro. You can't make this shit up.
Is that a call out, chat? Man, if this clip gets to Devin Haney's camp, that'd be interesting as hell. Even if Kane was to go to the sparring gym, bro, we'd pull up. You already know what it is. So, Devin, if you want your you and your dick sucking mama lips mouth to get punched on, you already know what to do. But anyways, that's besides the point. You know, Ryan Garcia just is showing even more that he's that nigga. You know, it's the one who does all that barking and yelling is the one that is always the most pussy. Ryan Garcia was the silent assassin, and a lot of people might say it's because of his lawsuit. I think he actually matured through that whole situation. And I don't even think it's that he matured. I think he was just playing a character. So right now he's just playing another character. And I love to see it, man. Ryan Garcia, he might not have cemented his legacy as a boxer, but he's an icon as a boxer. Not an idol, but icon. He's iconic. Everything he does, people pay attention to. Everything he says, people listen to. Everything he thinks, people basically want to adopt it. You know, basically the feeble-minded goofball ass motherfuckers. But I'm excited. And honestly, I don't really like seeing rematches a lot unless it was a close fight. But I would love to see this rematch again, just to see him punch him in his fucking mouth and knock him out. And they really shouldn't even have a referee in there this time, because the ref, it was like they were trying to jump Ryan Garcia the way he was dick riding and holding this man's dead limp body up. So yeah, man, that's what me and Kane think about this whole scenario. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and transition, not like Caitlyn Jenner, but transition onto the next topic. So with that being said, we're going to make some early predictions for UFC 311. And as you can see, I have it pulled up on the screen. So we're going to start with the prelims. I'm only going to go over fights that I know Kane knows the fighters. So the first fight, we got Peyton Talbot quit. Cut that shit out. We got Peyton Talbot and we got Raoni Barcelos. We got Peyton Talbot coming in at 9-0 and Raoni coming in at 18-5. Peyton's 26. Raoni's 37. Peyton's 5'8". We got Raoni, who's 5'6". They're both 135, and Peyton's got him with a 3.5-inch reach. Peyton is on quite the run. This dude stops a lot of his opponents in the first round. He literally the build up to his fights, he'll literally tell you his fucking weaknesses. This dude makes YouTube videos telling you what to do and how to beat him, and people still can't fucking do it. It's the goofiest shit ever, and he's like one of these like products of the 2017 emo boy era. We don't claim this nigga. Like, X never wanted to give out the narrative of painting your nails and shit, but he is a byproduct of people like X and Ski and fucking Little Peep and shit, so he's a goofball. And he recently said he wanted to fight Tate because Tate's toxic. This is what you get from these goofy-ass goofballs, but anyways, that's beside the point. We're focusing on the fight. I think Peyton Talbot finishes this dude in the first round, and if not, it's a 3-round fight. I think he breaks his will, and his endurance is definitely going to be better. He's 26, which isn't even in his prime really yet, so he's a young guy. He's going against Raoni. I think this will be a fight that gets him to a double-digit winning record in the UFC and puts him in serious not title contentions, but title eliminators for the bantamweight division. This is Sean O'Malley's division, and a lot of people are saying he's like Sean O'Malley's like yin and yang type shit. Because remember, Sean O'Malley came into the game with the fucking curly afro, and he made his name by knocking people out. He impressed Snoop Dogg, and it went off from there. So I'm excited to see Peyton fight. I don't really too much care about his personal life. That's what he wants to do. But as far as him as a fighter, I'm excited to see this. So who's your prediction for this fight based off of what we just went over? And what do you think regarding Peyton?
I've never actually gone out of my way to see any of his fights. He's just, I don't know. I've just never been interested in him as a fighter like that. But based on what you've said, I think I don't know. He might finish him in the first round, or he might go to the distance and he might wear him down, or the other dude, Raoni, whatever the fuck his name is, he could flip it around and he could whip Peyton's ass. I don't know. I've never watched Peyton fight before. I mean, I've seen maybe a knockout or two, but that's it. I've never actually seen his fighting style. So this one would be interesting to watch whenever the time comes. I don't know. He probably might more than likely win. I mean, he's younger. He's probably faster. He's got probably more stamina. He's got probably better reaction time because he's younger. His brain probably operates a little bit faster than Raoni's. But, I mean, shit, that could just be the very reason why he would win.
Showing some damage at this point. Yeah, and he's got his mouth wide open. I wonder if his nose is broken. I didn't have the angle, but it looked like that was a front kick to the face, followed by a right to the face. At least, hard. No, it's over. Wow. Oh my gosh, that was one hell of a fight to get this night started. Oh yeah, Talbot did very good. The first round. Wow. Yeah, he came back from being dominated the first round to coming back and taking what was his and basically marching down Keldar and taking the win.
Oh my, what a fight! Frank's gonna step in here. Those are unanswered shots that Billy Grant's catching right on the chin.
Billy's tough, man.
Yep. Frank's getting ready.
Tough.
Oh, coming back. Oh, I think Frank might got a shot too. After Frank Trigg waves it off.
What a fight. Oh, my God.
Declaring a winner by TKO due to a referee stoppage, Peyton Talbot.
Judo attempt countered by wrestling. Oh, no. It's going.
Arnold goes down.
Wow.
Looks to
He's
Peyton.
going down.
Talbot's
Talbot's
fire.
fire.
He's going to stop it. Peyton Talbot is your new A1
Incredible.
bantamweight champion.
Incredible.
What a right hand, Uriah. Oh, my gosh.
These guys are warriors, and what we're seeing here is a star. I mean, I think body right intact is where the power comes from. It's one thing to be trying to avoid getting hit the whole time and hit on the run. It's another thing to walk through them and fire heavy punches at close quarters, and that's what he was doing.
This
and
was earlier, it looked like he was going to finish him as well with the hammer fist after the inside leg kick that dropped him.
Yeah, and what a heart on Hector.
Declaring a winner by TKO and new A1 Combat Bantamweight Champion, Peyton Talbot.
Co-main event of the evening, and Uriah Faber.
He's still throwing.
Yeah, he is. And right now, Talbot's putting everything he can into a lot of shots, so you got to be careful leaving yourself open.
Oh, big flying knee.
Big knee.
Talbot, this fight is video. Wow. Talbot moves to 4-0, and he is still the A1 bantamweight champion. And Uriah Faber, you're going to put that belt around his waist, but
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, big right hand drops him, and Peyton Talbot just looks at
And
him.
then he knocks him down again.
Yeah, and no desire to follow it up, Chad. He just wants
Big shots right there.
This is going to be the finish. There's the flying knee.
Yeah, that's the one that really put a cap on
And
it.
Trick saw it. Bam! Beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, how many different tools does Peyton Talbot have?
I don't know, but he,
Declaring your winner by TKO and still A1 Combat Bantamweight Champion, Peyton Talbot.
So Peyton Talbot,
there.
He's having
Probably
a
a
good
little
time.
sick in the head, but he's having
He's
a great time.
real sick.
Whoa!
Peyton Talbot is a monster.
I love
He
it.
called his shot. He's Babe Ruthing it.
Just holds
Dana
it down.
White, if you're watching, Hunter Campbell,
Yeah, Peyton Talbot
Sean Shelby,
is the real deal,
you gotta
guys.
watch this guy. Nasty elbow. Not only is he a great fighter, but this guy plays 3 or 4 different instruments. He plays the guitar. He plays the
Degree in
piano.
psychology.
Degree in
Reeves is out
psychology.
his feet.
The Revis, though, I mean, he's got heart, but listen,
Wow.
Peyton Talbot, when he decided I'm going to
Wow.
beat Peyton Talbot now,
There he
Revis,
goes.
look at he's
He
doing the
got the
dance.
slow-mo.
He wants the belt. Peyton Talbot is the poster boy of A1 Combat's second straight successful title defense. He's going to jump out of the cage now.
Almost out of the cage.
Cesac's just going to let him do his thing. Frank Trigg's going to check on him. Listen, I got to give it to Christian Revis. He did really well in the first round. He
Yeah.
hung in there Revis was not getting out of this.
Yeah, Rivas was out on his feet for
Peyton Talbot needs to change his name to Serial Killer. Uriah Faber's going to go put the belt on the champ. Frank Trigg in the building. Did a great job stopping that fight. Peyton Talbot's a monster.
Declaring your winner by TKO and still A1 Combat Bantamweight Champion, Peyton Talbot.
That's how it turns out. It's all a mental battle. And what I'm saying is that Geary has a mental battle that his coaches told him to dig into. And that's what lost him the fight.
Peyton Talbot, arm under the chin. Quick tap from Aguirre. Peyton Talbot's on the map. Look out for this bantamweight prospect on the rise. Still undefeated.
Started with this body kick. Right here, went to the body kick, went to the left hook, went to the right straight, followed it up. And then there we are, straight to mount. Looking for the finish here. Aguirre, happy to get out of there, give his back up. Right there, gets the finish.
Round number 2, your winner and still undefeated, Peyton Talbot. Tonight's main event. Don't miss a recap of all the action on the rest. Oh, my goodness. Peyton Talbot sat him down, and now he's hammering away.
If he survives this, I don't even, the kid's made something different.
Now switches to the left.
Coyote's not even thinking about it.
Yeah, and that'll do it. Still undefeated with a whole lot of style is Peyton Talbot.
Let's take a look again. Cameron Simon doing his best to crash the distance, but it was just this perfectly timed small check hook from Peyton Talbot. It's the precision, it's the timing, it's the placement. He did not have to wind that up. That is power from precision, and then the ground and pound, forcing the referee to call it.
Fight for your winner by TKO. He is still undefeated, Peyton Talbot.
As on the day of the fight, by the time I was done, I immediately called. Oh! And I said, he is good. And look at that.
Peyton Talbot.
Little jab, watch the right hand right down the middle. Boom. That's it. That's it. I mean, Jay did it perfect too. Jab, put that right on his chin. Drops Gamori. Hey, look, Gamori was mad at the way it worked out in the first fight.
declaring the winner by knockout and still undefeated, Peyton Talbot.
It looks like he has a similar fighting style to Alex Pereira as far as like his guard and stuff goes. He punches from like the mid torso level. Doesn't really keep his hands up on his face. So I guarantee you that's where he gets most of his power from. So seeing the way he fights, I'd say that he, just from his point of view, I'd say that he has more of the edge.
You know what's crazy? He didn't actually start training MMA till he was like 20 or some shit like that, or 21 or something. That motherfucker's a monster. And like I say, he's very strange, but I'm not going to, like, whatever he does, that's what he does. He ain't disrespecting me, so. But that nigga be like pole dancing with his mom and all types of shit.
Oh hell
Yeah.
no! Oh no! You shouldn't have told me that.
When I say pole dancing, I don't mean he's at the strip club, but his mom, like, at the crib, they do like pole dancing and shit. And that's how he says he gets his flexibility and cardio. And I'm like, bro, no matter how you slice it, that's gay as hell. He needs to go fight bottom G, not top G.
With your moms too?
Yeah,
Oh,
bro, with his sister too.
You should. Oh no! You should have told me. I'm about to clown the fuck out of this dude now, bro. You should not.
Oh,
This
bro.
faggot.
You go ahead and fight Peyton.
I hope he loses now. Fuck that. I hope he loses. You should not have told me that shit.
Okay, well, anyways, we're gonna get back to our predictions. Shout out to Peyton Talbot's weird ass. You know, I see him getting the knockout, and he's definitely something different in the UFC. So this could either be something new, which I don't want to get familiar with, but at the end of the day, this world is changing. Not saying it's what's popping, but you know, there's goofballs like this all the time. And imagine he steps in the ring with Sean O'Malley. It'd be crazy to look at Sean O'Malley like alpha for once. But so that's that. Johnny Walker, his fight, he was the main event of the prelims, but he suffered a gruesome injury in training camp, so I don't think he'll be fighting. Early prelims, no one that you know of. So now we're in the main card. We got Yuri Prohaska versus Jamal Hill, and we got tail of the tape. Yuri's 32, Jamal's 33. Wow, I did not know Jamal Hill was older than Yuri. We got Yuri, who's 6'2". Damn, Yuri's young, bro. And then we got Jamal, who's 6'3". They're both 205, and Yuri's got the reach advantage. So Yuri's got the age advantage. He's got the reach advantage, and the height goes to Jamal Hill. I think this fight could go either way. What way do I want it to go? I want it to be a Yuri Prohaska stoppage. I see it being a second round knockout for Yuri Prohaska. Jamal Hill, the only way he's going to stand a chance is by grappling with Yuri, and Yuri can grapple as well. So Yuri's got to keep his hands up. But Jamal Hill, I think the reason why he's going to lose is the mental aspect. He's not worried about Yuri. He's all he thinks about. He wakes up, he falls asleep, he daydreams about is Alex Pereira. So with that being said, when you are looking past your opponent, you tend to underrate your opponent. And a lot of people talk shit about Yuri because he's gotten whooped by Alex twice, but that just shows how good Alex is. It doesn't show how bad Yuri is. Yuri was the champion before Alex. So that's my prediction. What do you have to say about this? I know this is going to be your favorite fight of the card, even though it's not the main event. 3-round fight.
Wasn't Jamal Hill the champion at 1.2?
Yeah, he was once Yuri got hurt and the title was vacated. He went and fought Alex Pereira's coach, who was 44 or 45 at the time, and barely beat him by a decision and won the championship.
Yeah, I hope Yuri wins. I'm gonna tell you this right now: if Yuri took a couple of lessons from Alex Pereira's fighting style, if he adopted some of the ways that he fights, he could have a chance at coming back and beating Alex Pereira. As much as I would hate to see it, which I doubt that he would, because everybody sticks to their own fighting style and whatnot. But I think Yuri Prohaska is gonna win. He's 30 fucking fights, bro. Really, he has 30 fucking 6, but still, he's got 30 wins. That is insane. He's definitely got more experience over Jamal Hill as well. So I think if Yuri Prohaska really works on his reaction, his counter times, and his overall fighting, if he really improved it, he could dog walk Jamal Hill.
All right. So our next fight is Merab Devashvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Tail the tape. Merab's 18-4. Umar Nurmagomedov, who is a cousin of Khabib, is 18-0. Merab's 34. Damn, I did not know he was that old. I mean, it's still young for your prime, but for a fighter, getting kind of up there. Tail the tape. 29 for Umar, pretty young. 5'5" to 5'7". Umar is 5'7", so he has the height advantage. They're the same weight, and Umar has 1 inch reach advantage. So there's a lot of beef in this fight because Merab is from, I forgot what country he's from. It's called it's the same name as one of the states in America. What's it called?
Like Georgia or something.
Yeah, he's Georgia, and Umar is from Russia. And there was I think a genocide on his people from the Russians, so they don't like each other at all. So anytime two fighters from these countries fight, it's personal. Merab and Umar have a lot of bad blood. Umar has been feeling like people have been ducking him, while Merab has been feeling like, bro, I worked hard to get here. You're just riding off the last name of your fucking cousin. And Umar's impressive. He's 18-0. He's never lost, but at the same time, he hasn't proven what Khabib's proven. He hasn't even been champion. But he is from that Russian cloth. But Merab is a dog. We saw what he did to Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist. He wrestled him, picked him up like a baby, slammed him. We saw what he did with Sean O'Malley. He whooped him, kissed him, slapped him, did all that shit. I mean, Piotr Yan, the list goes on. Merab has stood on business, and he's a new champ, but I feel like he would have been a champ a long time ago if Aljo wasn't in the division. That's the only reason he wouldn't fight for the titles, because he didn't want to fight his bro. So there's a lot of bad blood in this fight. We already know Khabib's going to be in Umar's corner. We already know Aljo's going to be in Merab's corner. This fight is going to be a 5-round banger. This could have easily been a main event of another card. And not only that, Islam is going to be there too, because he's fighting later that night. So I'm excited for this fucking fight. And my prediction is this is hard, man. I think Merab is going to get a knockout on Umar. And if it goes to decision, I think Umar wins the fight. So how do you see it playing out? This is an interesting fight, bro. I'm not confident in my pick.
I think if Umar flips a switch like what I think it was Islam did, or not Islam, Khabib, whenever he fought, I think it was Dustin Poirier, he said, do you really think I was going to tap in front of my father? Boy, if he flips that switch, I think he's going to win. Because, I mean, they're both from Russia, bro. They both be standing on business. They both probably wrestle bears to train their fucking wrestling. I mean, I've seen Khabib wrestling bears. I've seen Islam wrestling bears. I've seen a whole bunch of other Russian people wrestling bears and just doing shit that, like, defies death. So, with that being said, if Umar flips that fucking switch, bro, I think he's going to get it.
How do you think Merab approaches this fight? Do you think he'll be too emotional because he's thinking about his people from his country? Because he gets pretty heated anytime talking to Umar.
Oh, yeah. The way that he was with Sean O'Malley, he's probably going to be like 5 times worse with Umar. So if he lets his emotions dictate his actions in the ring, he's going to get caught and get knocked out, or he's going to get caught with a submission, or he's going to just get caught off guard too many times, and Umar's going to win by decision. But if he keeps his emotions in check, I think he could probably win with a submission. I don't know about knockout. I think he'd probably win with a submission or maybe a decision.
Yep. And speaking of Nurmagomedov, Khabib got kicked off of a flight earlier, and you wouldn't guess the fucking airline. A lot of people said it was Spirit. No, it was fucking Frontier. Of course it was Frontier, bro. Like, you got to be stupid to kick Khabib off your plane. But Frontier, of course they do with their low-quality ass.
What was the reason for him getting kicked off? Do you know?
No telling. No, he said it was racism, but, that's that Me Too ass shit, so I'd probably have to look more into it. So, main event of UFC 311, tail of the tape. We got Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan. Islam's 26-1. Arman's 22-3. This is actually the second time that they fought. The first time that they did, Islam won by decision. And this was the only person to really, besides the person that beat Islam, to give him a competitive fight back then. Obviously, we've seen Dustin Poirier give him a pretty good fight. Volkanovski gave him a pretty good fight the first time around. So it's not his first tough matchup, but it's definitely an opponent that was able to grapple with him, and he couldn't just dominate him with grappling. So that'll be nice to see. Tail of the tape, Islam's 33, Arman's 28, so he's got the youth factor. 5'8" to 5'6", Islam's got the height, and Arman's got almost a 73-inch reach. He's a shorter guy with a longer reach. So this fight's going to be everything it's advertised. It's going to determine so much for the lightweight division. You got Charles Oliveira coming up. You got Paddy Pimblett coming up, Dan Hooker. The list goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many contenders that are trying to work their way up to a title shot. And this is going to be a huge determining factor. But the way that I see this fight going is I see Islam Makhachev winning by decision or submission. I just don't think Arman's going to be able to live up to the pressure. I think he's going to think too hard about how to outdo his last fight rather than just letting himself flow. And I think it's going to allow Islam to break his will in the later rounds, because the first few rounds, Arman's probably going to come on strong. But the thing about Islam, bro, is he wears you down. And you think because you're putting damage on him that you're about to like get close to finishing him. This dude never fades. He never fucking fades. So unless Arman can catch him, I don't see him out-grappling Islam. Islam is different. So that's my prediction. What do you have to say about this fight? 5-round main event.
I think with Khabib being in Islam's corner, he's going to push him probably past his breaking point, or past his limit, I should say, to do what he's supposed to do. You know, even if Arman does get him in a chokehold or a guillotine or rear naked choke or whatever, Khabib's going to be sitting there screaming at him, don't fucking tap. And he's going to listen to Khabib. He's not going to tap. He's going to find a way out of it, or he's going to survive into the next round somehow. So I think Islam's probably going to win. I don't know how I think he's going to win. I think he's probably more likely going to win by submission. But at the end of the day, you never know. Anything could happen.
And with that being said, folks, that's our early UFC 311 predictions. Now, this might sound stupid, but my takes might change depending upon the fight and interviews and the face-offs and the press conference, because that's when emotions get involved and fighters tend to get off their rocker. I mean, I'll never forget when Dreykus literally fucking made Sean Strickland turn into the little boy version of himself, and ultimately end up having an effect on the fight. So those things play into it too. But without further ado, we're going to transition into the last topic. And yeah, if we have time, we'll do water loading, but this has already been a pretty lengthy episode. So we got VU by Bruce Lee. Let's see what this video has. Haven't seen it yet.
You see, actually, I do not teach, karate, because I do not believe in styles anymore. I mean, I do not believe that there is such thing as like Chinese way of fighting or the Japanese way of fighting or whatever way of fighting. So styles tends to not only separate men, because they have their own doctrines, and then the doctrine became the gospel truth, that you cannot change, But if you do not have styles, if you just say, well, here I am, as a human being, how can I express myself totally and completely? Now, that way, you won't create a style, because style is a crystallization, and that way, it's a process of continuing growth. When I look around, I always learn something, and that is to be always yourself. And to express yourself, to have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. Now, that seems to me that is the prevalent thing happening in Hong Kong. Like they always copy mannerism, but they never start from the very root of his being, and that is, how can I be me? Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup. it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. That water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. To me, okay, to me, ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean? Blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, that, my friend, is very hard to do.
This nigga Bruce Lee had the drip. But what the hell? I never ever saw that ping pong clip, bro. That is fucking wild that this nigga was doing all that shit and still returning the serve, bro. Imagine what he would do on the pickleball court. And the thing is, a lot of people think, oh man, he did that because he's Bruce Lee. Nigga, do you know how many repetitions he had to do to probably be able to do that? But people aren't willing to put in that work. Did you see Bruce Lee's frame compared to that swole but really fat looking ass nigga next to him? That nigga Bruce Lee was standing on fitness. Like, you can't make this shit up, bro. And when you see him, you look at yourself and say, what am I even doing? But everything he did with intention. He did it with intention. And that's what a lot of people have forgot. Like, they just are basically autonomous creatures that just move off of how they feel, not what they need to do. Bruce Lee knew what he needed to do to become great. And it wasn't to become great under your definition, but under his definition through his style. He had his own unique style. Everybody has their own unique style. So with that being said, you got to find yours. It's cool to take inspiration from many others. He took his from Ip Man and other people that like that cloth. But at the end of the day, Bruce Lee, everybody want to talk about all these martial arts. He made his own. A lot of y'all are afraid to make your own thing, your own platform, your own appearance, your own anything, man, because you're afraid of what people think. But homie, you need to stop being afraid of what you think.
That's 100% facts, bro. I remember seeing that ping pong clip, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. Shit was wild. But now people aren't willing to put in the work no more. I mean, shit, I see it at my kung fu school all the time. You know, people these days are just, they're not willing to sacrifice their feelings to put in that work with self-discipline. They don't feel like sitting in horse stance for 5 minutes. They don't feel like practicing over and over and over and over and over again. They don't feel like pushing themselves to the limits. And so they don't feel like it. They don't want to be uncomfortable. And that's how you're not going to succeed, bro. And that's 100% facts. And this dude was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do. And what I want to do is be a martial arts master and create my own shit and practice my own shit all day, every single day. And that's what he did. And that's how he got to where he was before, you know, he unfortunately left the earth. I mean, you saw the speed with that 1-inch punch. That shit crazy. The accuracy and the strength and the speed of that kick that he threw at that board too is absolutely wild. That's years. That's not even years. That's a fucking lifetime of practice and self-discipline.
I mean, a lot of you are basically mindless fucking little caterpillars that just eat. And you eat and you eat and you eat. You have no discipline. You can't even discipline yourself to take your steak fat finger fuckface ass and press the like button. So there's no way that you could ever become great. The only thing that you can become is a fucking rock. So with that being said, Kane talked about what he wanted to do. What I want to do is get the fuck out of here. So with that being said, David Goggins, send us out of here.
They hoped the instructors would stop running. They hoped the water was never cold. They hoped the weather was fucking good.
I don't live off that whole shit. I wish the water was cold. I wish them motherfucking instructions keep on fucking running. I wish the fucking rain. When the ending is unknown and the distance is unknown, that's when you know who the fuck you are. The family's looking for that one guy right now. They're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around and find you. These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that can take anything. Stay hard.